For many people, the journey into Bitcoin begins with a single common question: how do I get some? The most obvious answer is to buy it. You exchange your dollars, euros, yen for Bitcoin on an exchange, hoping its value increases over time. This is the path of an investor or a speculator. But there is another way, a more active and sustainable path that is often overlooked. This is the path of earning Bitcoin. Earning Bitcoin is not one specific activity, nor is it a complex financial strategy reserved for experts. It is simply the act of getting paid in BTC or its smaller unit, Satoshis, in exchange for providing value, participating in the network's economy, or contributing infrastructure. This fundamental shift in perspective is crucial. Instead of thinking solely in terms of buying an asset, we can start to think in terms of generating cash flow directly into Bitcoin. According to Bitcoin's own foundational documents and community resources like Bitcoin.org, users can acquire Bitcoin by accepting it as payment for goods and services. At the same time, the Bitcoin protocol itself creates new Bitcoin and distributes it to miners who secure the network. Both are valid forms of earning, but they operate in completely different worlds. To navigate this landscape, it is helpful to organize these activities into two main categories. The first category is earning Bitcoin directly from other people. This happens when you sell a product, offer a service, or create content that a customer or an audience member pays you for in Bitcoin. The second category involves earning Bitcoin from network activity or participating in reward systems. This includes Bitcoin mining, running a Lightning Network routing node, or using a rewards card that gives you Bitcoin back on your purchases. Understanding this distinction is the first step toward building a realistic strategy. It frees you from the narrow mindset of just buying and holding. It opens up a world where you can use your existing skills, business, or creative talents to build a position in Bitcoin without necessarily making a large upfront capital investment. This class promises to give you a clear and practical guide to these methods. We will explore which paths are best for beginners, which are for advanced users with capital and technical knowledge, and critically, which offers of easy Bitcoin yield deserve extreme caution. By the end, you will know the real ways people earn Bitcoin in 2026 and have a framework to choose the best path for you. To make sense of the different ways to earn Bitcoin, we need a simple map, a framework that organizes each method by skills, capital, and risk. For this class, we will use a model I call the 5 Bitcoin income lanes. Think of these as distinct highways you can travel on to earn Bitcoin. Each lane has its own speed limit, entry requirements, and destinations. Some are wide public roads, others are high-speed tracks for professionals. Knowing which lane you're in, or want to be in, lets you make smart decisions and avoid costly wrong turns. The first route is the skill lane. Earn Bitcoin for work, products, or services you already provide. If you're a writer, a web developer, a consultant, an online store owner, add Bitcoin and the Lightning Network as payment options. Leverage your current expertise. No need to learn a completely new field. Next, the infrastructure lane, more technical and capital intensive, for people who support the network's core functions. 2 primary activities: Bitcoin mining and running a Lightning Network routing node. Third, the creator lane, built for podcasters, writers, streamers, community builders. Creators can receive direct peer-to-peer payments in Satoshis via value-for-value platforms. Fourth, the rewards lane, the easiest on-ramp. Use apps or financial products that give you Bitcoin as rewards for everyday spending, like cashback. Finally, the risk lane. Not a path to take, but one to recognize and avoid. It's full of traps disguised as guaranteed yield or risk-free BTC staking, often requiring you to hand over Bitcoin to a third party and exposing you to hidden dangers. Of all the ways to accumulate Bitcoin, the skill lane stands out as the most practical, accessible, and grounded route. It operates on a simple, powerful principle: Instead of complex speculation or technical wizardry, you earn Bitcoin for the value you already create. It's not about an esoteric new trade, it's about augmenting the one you already have. A graphic designer, software developer, business consultant, writer, or coach. Add Bitcoin as another payment method, just like you accept a wire transfer, PayPal, or credit card payment. This reframes Bitcoin from a speculative asset into a functional currency and a savings technology. Earning Bitcoin directly means building a position through your labor and expertise, dollar cost averaging with your time. It sidesteps the emotional roller coaster of market timing. The skill lane has a low barrier to entry. Unlike Bitcoin mining, which needs big hardware and cheap electricity, or a Lightning routing node, which needs technical expertise and active liquidity management, this path uses your existing business setup. For the freelancer invoicing an international client, avoid high wire transfer fees and avoid slow settlement times. For the e-commerce merchant, tap a global, digitally native customer base. For the creator, offer exclusive paid content without traditional platform cuts. Focus on what you do best and open a new payment channel, and you place yourself on the most robust path to earning Bitcoin, providing real value in the real economy. Once you decide to accept Bitcoin, the next practical question is how you will receive it. In 2026, you have two primary payment rails to choose from: the main Bitcoin blockchain, often called on-chain, and the Lightning Network, a second-layer protocol built on top of Bitcoin. Understanding the difference is crucial for a smooth payment experience. Think of it like choosing between a large cargo ship and a small speedboat. On-chain transactions are the foundation of the Bitcoin network. This process is incredibly secure and robust. It's ideal for large, high-value payments where finality and security are the top priorities. However, this security comes with trade-offs. On-chain transactions can take anywhere from 10 minutes to over an hour to be fully confirmed, and they involve a network fee that can fluctuate based on congestion. This is where the Lightning Network comes in. It's designed for instant and low-cost transactions. When you receive a payment over Lightning, it settles in seconds for a fraction of a penny, making it perfect for everyday commerce. For most freelancers, merchants, and creators, the optimal strategy in 2026 is not to choose one or the other, but to offer both. By presenting a unified invoice that can be paid either on-chain or via Lightning, you give your customers maximum flexibility. With a clear understanding of the payment rails, the next step is to assemble your toolkit. It boils down to three core components: a wallet to receive and store your funds, a method for invoicing your clients, and potentially a payment processor to streamline the experience. The most important decision is custody, self-custody or third-party. For earning and saving, self-custody is recommended. First, a wallet. Beginner-friendly mobile wallets are a great start: Mun, Phoenix, Blue Wallet. As you accumulate, move to a hardware wallet. Small physical devices like Trezor, Cold Card, Mobile. Hot Wallet for daily use. Hardware. Cold Vault for savings. Next, invoicing. For simple freelance work, invoice manually. For automation, payment processors. BTC Pay Server. Open source, self-hosted, no intermediaries. Not ready to host? Use custodial or semi-custodial services. OpenNode, Strike. They automate processing and deposits, but introduce counterparty risk. Final. Start simple with a self-custodial wallet, then graduate to a self-hosted BTC Pay server as you grow, so you keep full sovereignty over your earnings from day one. If the skill lane is about earning Bitcoin through your professional talents, the infrastructure lane is about earning it by providing the very foundation the network runs on. The most fundamental and well-known activity in this lane is Bitcoin mining. This is the process that serves two critical functions for the network. It confirms and bundles pending transactions into new blocks. It is also the mechanism through which new Bitcoin are created and introduced into circulation. Miners are the decentralized bookkeepers. Miners are also the security guards of the Bitcoin ledger. They perform the vital work of validating history. They also secure the present. Modern Bitcoin mining is not a hobby you can do on your laptop anymore. Those days are long gone. Today, mining is a highly specialized, fiercely competitive, global industrial operation. It is a business that demands significant capital investment. It demands technical expertise. It demands access to vast amounts of low-cost energy. That right is won through a process called proof of work. The first miner to find the correct solution gets to propose the next block of transactions. If the network accepts it, that miner receives the block reward. This computational race happens roughly every 10 minutes. It creates a steady, predictable rhythm, the heartbeat of the Bitcoin network. So earning Bitcoin through mining in 2026 is not passive income for beginners. It's a serious, capital-intensive business venture. It is a real and legitimate way to earn Bitcoin, perhaps the most fundamental way. But it requires planning, investment, and operational management on par with any industrial enterprise. Miners earn Bitcoin from two sources: the block subsidy and transaction fees. The block subsidy is a predetermined amount of newly created Bitcoin. However, the protocol was designed with a deflationary monetary policy in a predictable event known as the halving. The most recent halving, in April 2024, reduced the block reward from 6.25 BTC to its current level of 3.125 BTC. For miners, it means that their primary revenue source is cut in half overnight. To remain profitable, they must become more efficient, find cheaper electricity, or rely on the second revenue stream, transaction fees. Transaction fees are the second component of a miner's revenue. When a miner successfully mines a block, they collect all the fees from all the transactions included within that block. As the block subsidy continues to decrease, transaction fees are expected to make up an increasingly larger percentage of a miner's total revenue. Therefore, the economic calculation for a miner is a constant balancing act against their significant operational costs. These costs include expensive hardware, electricity, cooling, maintenance, and potentially mining pool fees. With the industrial scale of modern mining, is there still a place for the small, at-home miner in 2026? The answer is yes, but it requires a significant shift in expectations. Home mining should be viewed primarily as a passion project, a way to learn about the network, and a method to acquire non-KYC Bitcoin, rather than a reliable source of profit. For those intrigued by the economics of mining but lack the space, hosted mining presents a popular alternative. With hosted mining, you purchase an ASIC. It is installed and operated in a professional data center. You own the machine. The hosting provider handles installation, power, cooling, maintenance, and security. Whether you are a home miner or a large-scale farm, you will almost certainly participate in a mining pool. A mining pool solves this problem by allowing thousands of miners to combine their hashing power and work together as a single entity. This transforms mining from a lottery-like gamble into a steady and predictable source of income. While Bitcoin mining secures the main blockchain, there is another, more nimble infrastructure powering the second layer: the Lightning Network routing node. Its job is to pass payments along as an intermediary. In return, operators can charge a tiny fee and earn satoshis. Running a node for personal use is different from running one to earn fees. Routing nodes are an active business. They require deliberate strategy, ongoing management, and capital. To understand how a routing node earns fees, you must first grasp the core concepts of channels and liquidity. This locked up Bitcoin, known as liquidity. Outbound liquidity is Bitcoin on your side, used to send or forward payments out. Inbound liquidity is Bitcoin on the other side, representing capacity to receive or forward payments to you. So the central challenge, managing liquidity. Opening a channel gives you outbound liquidity only. To get inbound liquidity, other nodes must open channels to you, or you must acquire it creatively. These fees are incredibly small. You need thousands of such payments for meaningful income. Routing is a game of volume. Becoming a successful routing node operator requires operational excellence and specialized tools, a reliable hardware setup, node management software, and channel and peer selection. If you are looking for a simple, passive way to earn income on your Bitcoin, this is absolutely not the right path. For most people, the time and effort required to run a profitable routing node would be far better spent in the skill lane or the creator lane. Routing is a real way to earn, but it is a specialist's game. Beyond the worlds of professional services and complex infrastructure lies a vibrant and rapidly growing path to earning Bitcoin, the creator lane. The creator lane introduces a more direct, transparent, and empowering alternative, the value for value model. A listener might stream a few sats for every minute of a podcast they enjoy, or send a larger boost with a message attached when a particular segment resonates with them. This creates a powerful, direct feedback loop between you and your community. This extends far beyond podcasting. Writers can let readers send sats for articles. Video streamers can receive boosts and tips from live audiences. Musicians can embed a lightning address so fans pay as they listen. You no longer need millions of passive followers to build a sustainable career. A small, dedicated audience of a few hundred or a few thousand true fans can provide a more stable and meaningful income than a vast, disengaged audience ever could. For those who are not creators or freelancers, there is the rewards lane. This path lets you earn Bitcoin as a reward for things you already do, primarily everyday spending. Think of it like cashback rewards, but instead of dollars or points, you receive real Bitcoin. Example: a card might offer 1.5% back. If you spend $2,000 in a month, you'd earn roughly $30 worth of Bitcoin. While each of the income lanes can be pursued on its own, the most effective strategy in 2026 is to combine them. By layering the accessibility of the rewards lane with the direct earning potential of the creator or skill lane, you build a multi-pronged approach that maximizes your ability to stack sats. The crucial final step is discipline in self-custody. Set a regular schedule to withdraw everything into your secure self-custodial wallet. Sweeping funds into your control transforms you into a sovereign owner of a powerful asset. We've explored legitimate ways to earn Bitcoin. Now, what to avoid? The world of digital assets is full of promises of easy money. Platforms advertise BTC yield. Platforms advertise guaranteed high returns. Platforms advertise safe passive income. These offers look intoxicating, but they usually mean hidden risk. Bitcoin's base protocol has no native staking or interest mechanism. When a platform offers BTC yield, they take your Bitcoin and put it to work elsewhere, which involves risk. Often they lend your Bitcoin to traders or to hedge funds. Your Bitcoin leaves your control, exposed to counterparty risk. When you give up your keys, you stop being an owner. You become an unsecured creditor to a risky company. Train yourself to spot the red flags. You're entering the risk lane. The biggest red flag: promised guaranteed returns. Be skeptical of high APY with no clear, verifiable explanation. Other red flags: lockup periods, vague custody terms in the TOS, overly complex, opaque business models. If you don't understand how returns are made, you're the product, not the customer. Core lesson: earning Bitcoin, risking Bitcoin to chase yield. Earning is active, productive. Chasing yield usually means handing over your Bitcoin to a third party. That path is perilous, a graveyard for many savings. Throughout this class, we built a comprehensive map to guide your journey. The 5 Bitcoin income lanes. First, the skill lane. Next, the infrastructure lane. Third, the creator lane. Rewards lane. Finally, the risk lane, do not enter. Understand these 5 lanes and you have a clear decision framework. Choose your path, start there, and perhaps combine lanes as you grow while avoiding the pitfalls that have ensnared so many others. Knowledge is only useful when it is put into action. To close this class, a concrete 6-week beginner action plan. Week 1. Education and security. Task: set up your first self-custodial Bitcoin wallet. Week 2. Focus on the value you can provide. Choose one thing you can sell. Week 3. Build the payment infrastructure. Add a BTC or Lightning payment option to your offer. Week 4. Go live. Publish your offer. Week 5. Become an analyst. Track what happened. Week 6. Make a strategic decision. Do you want to double down on merchant payments in the skill lane? Do you want to lean into the creator lane? Or did the technical side spark interest in the infrastructure lane? This plan provides hands-on experience to choose your path forward wisely. The smartest way to earn Bitcoin in 2026 is to connect it to the real value you already know how to create. Now go build.